Welcome everyone to a edition of Table Rock Sports. My name is Brigham Harris. First and foremost, want to apologize for the delay. We are experiencing some major technical difficulties, and I'm not just saying that. It's not an excuse. We are actually experiencing those, but rest assured we are here in Grants Pass to bring you some live high school action here. We are, again, at Grants Pass High School, where the Roseburg Indians are visiting from up north down here to visit the Lady Cavers, where so far it's been a very interesting full inning and a half. Try my best to fill you in here, as a whole lot has happened, and score does not necessarily show it at this point, but we will try to fill you in the best that we can. As here an 0-2 pitch, and a ball gets slapped down the left field line. Looks like Roseburg will score another. And she's into third. Let me get a number really quick before I say just who that was.
Next up, the left fielder, number 20.
A stand-up triple by that Roseburg hitter. Another RBI on the board for the Indians, and it is a 2-0 game. Up to bat now for the Indians, Emma Murphy.
Okay, now is it going to be the old password, or am I going to need to put the new one in?
Get a home run, Jazz.
All right, believe we have everything we need. We have our feet beneath us. We have the Wi-Fi. We just need you guys now. Thank you for being patient. We appreciate you again. If you're still tuned in to Table Rock Sports at the moment. Right now we've got a very interesting dynamic of a softball game going on here in Grants Pass. Again, this is the Roseburg Indians visiting from Douglas County, very much out of town, coming in to see the Grants Pass Lady Cavers just a few feet away. We have a baseball game, and another base hit into left center field will bring in at least two for the Indians. A little bit of a miscue there on the cutoff throw. And a stand-up double.
Next up, number 14.
Following an intentional walk. I believe that was, trying to get the name of that player. Either way, so far, that was the 5th hit of the game for the Indians. Looking for a double play here are the Lady Cavers, unable to do so. So the runner will advance. Let us get the scoreboard up and current for you. It is now a 4-0 game in favor of the visitors. We are correctly in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs. Bear with us. We're getting everything squared away here. We'll get lineups and starting pitches for you here in just a moment. Just making sure we have all of the details ready for you. Right now up to bat is Haley Schultz, number 23, excuse me. Haley Wombolt, excuse me. Multiple Haleys on the team. Sporting the Air Jordan, number 23. Up to bat, looking to bring in the 6th hit for the visiting side. Again, so far a 4-0 game. That ball through the legs of the infielder. That'll bring home another run, and right on cue.
Now batting number 9.
Campbell has the 6th hit for the Indians. A little bit of an infield shift here for the Lady Cavers as they try to get things figured out here at the top of the 3rd inning. Again, if you are just joining us, my name is Brigham Harris. Jeff Smith alongside me on the camera doing color as well. We are happy to be bringing you no one there on the throw and the steal for second base.
It's been all Roseburg so far. This is not something I'm used to seeing from Grants Pass. They usually come out aggressively, jump on top, but it's been just the opposite so far with Roseburg just dominating so far.
Well, I'd say it's been a very unorthodox game. I haven't seen much Lady Caver softball myself this year, but as just a sports fan, it has very much been an unorthodox opening few innings. 5 errors on the day already for Grants Pass. I got to think that is unlike them.
Absolutely, yeah. Pretty good, generally pretty good defensive team. They've already, as you mentioned, they've already swapped second base and shortstop, switched positions. Not sure exactly the reason for that, but a couple of balls have been questionable at short, so maybe they're stronger with moving second over there.
One thing that is for sure is I feel like the pitching has been really great on both sides. None of the errors from what I've noticed have come from the girls on the circle. Both starting pitchers, I can get you their names for you right now. Sarah Martin for the Lady Cavers, and pitching for the visiting Indians is Cammie Gibson. Third out recorded here at the end of what seems like an eternal inning for the Lady Cavers, and we'll move to the bottom of the third. Again, we appreciate you joining us on a very interesting circumstance of a day. If you're here, or if you're watching this later and you're at the ballpark, you can tell it's a beautiful day, great day for softball. Great day to be back at the ballpark. Sports, leagues, and activities for the entire family are coming your way from the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. It's time to sign up for some summer fun. Go to playmedford.com where you'll find the Coach Pistol Softball Camp July 12th through 14th, led by the SOU National Champion coach, nonetheless, and players. You also find junior golf lessons and USTA youth tennis programs, along with all your other favorites. Visit playmedford.com to register today. I'll bring up this break board for you as we are between innings just to show you the box score. 5 runs off 5 hits and no errors for the visitors, whereas no runs off 1 hit and 5 defensive mistakes for the Lady Cavers.
Leading off with the Cavers, number 12, the right fielder, Atiana Vanuku-Johnson.
Nice throw.
Vanuku-Johnson, not really a power hitter, but pretty consistent hitter. She gets on base a lot and a pretty solid outfielder for the Lady Cavers.
I believe she has a brother playing just a few hundred feet away. Is that right?
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. Not a very common name, Vainuku Johnson, but so we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a cousin or an insane coincidence. Either way. As we get started here, bottom of the third inning, first pitch from Gibson at the knees, but called a strike. Count moves 0-1. And a big cut from Vainuku Johnson. Count moves to 0-2. Pitchers count for Gibson. She's already got a couple of Ks on the day. I say a couple, it could be 3 or 4, as I've been busy dealing with this technological mess. And a 3-pitch strikeout from Cammie Gibson.
18, the second baseman, Alexa Medley.
Brings up the first out of the bottom of the third inning. Jeff, you spend a lot of time covering Grants Pass teams. Tell me, has Grants Pass so far seen a deficit like this year?
Not in a game that I've covered. I don't believe they have at all, but I can't recall them. They're almost always on top after the first inning. Now, of course, a couple of the games we've covered have been 10-run rule games against Eagle Point, so that may pad what I've seen. But even a doubleheader last weekend with North Medford, they got blanked in the second game, and we weren't on that game. But it was a walk-off walk to win the first game for North Medford. They got a walk with the bases loaded to win it in the 7th.
Oh no!
So it was a good close game, back and forth game. But Grants Pass is other than getting blown out on Saturday in Game 2 against North, I haven't seen them in this kind of a deficit.
Yeah, from what I can see, their 8-4 season record is only tainted by a few losses, and those losses do not generally come by major blowouts. I see a 4-9 loss to Crater, a 3-4 loss to Roseburg, and then those 2 losses to North Medford, as you mentioned. As a slap base hit will go into left center.
Yeah, Alexa Medley is a contact hitter. She's a slap hitter, and maybe Grants Pass should have known it was going to be a tough game when she didn't get on to lead off the bottom half of the first, because she gets on base just at an unreal pace. So that may have been an omen for the Cavers in this one.
Gibson now has 1 lady on and 1 out under her belt as she deals a strike. This to Grants Pass number 1, Ellie Berg. Time for a little meeting on the circle. Not short-lived as Gibson will get set to deal the 0-1. I checked the weather a minute ago. It said 84. Someone behind me just said it's 82, but feels more like 102. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm just being really dramatic.
Well, we're facing east, which means the sun is on our back. And, yes, it could be 60 degrees at this field, and the sun on your back, it feels too warm.
That may be what it is.
But I'll take this. I've worked over at the baseball field, and instead you got your camera directly into the sun. So I'll take this.
Yep. A high fastball called for a strike. That's the second strikeout of the inning for Gibson. There it is, Reagan Bruner stepping in. Oh, excuse me, that's Sophie Woodburn. And a successful steal there from that's Alexa Medley. Really quickly need to reference my list, excuse me.
Yeah, Alexa's got great speed, so when she decides to swipe a base, it's usually automatic.
That pitch called a ball. Hitters count now 2-0. Sophie Woodburn, one of the only juniors on this team. Very young side for the Lady Cavers. And an infield hit is going to result in a run. Alexa Medley comes all the way around from second to score. Puts the first point on the board for the home side.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, I don't blame her. Just go.
Yeah.
She's got the speed, and it breaks the seal for them.
Yeah, right on cue. Shows those wheels, an infield hit, scores all the way from second. And that's a big cut from Sarah Martin, one of the other juniors on this team. I believe there are only 3 on this roster. It's mainly a sophomore stacked team with 1 freshman, and that is Atiana Vainuku Johnson. And a ball is pounded into left center field. Looks like this is going to score Woodburn, and yes it is. Martin is going to trot to third base on a stand-up triple. I don't believe an error will be recorded on that play.
Now, Sarah Martin's got probably the best power on this team. She, in the last 2 games here at Grants Pass, she hit a home run in each of those 2 games.
Yeah, I was looking down at the box score, and what actually made me look up was hearing the ball crack on the bat, actually.
Yeah, she does a good job of helping her cause as the Caver pitcher.
Number 24, Shaylin Totten, first baseman for the Lady Cavers, now up to bat, trying to bring in the 3rd run for her team. She'll foul a ball back. Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon at 950 Royal Avenue in Medford. Hope you are enjoying today's game, what little you've been able to see. Again, we apologize for those technical difficulties. Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. Visit Eye Care Southern Oregon, eyecaressouthernoregon.com to learn how Dr. Brian Mitchell and his team can help your vision needs. You know, I love that sponsor that I get to read, but sometimes I wish I timed it better. So if there was some bad calls by the umpires, I could use it right then and say, oh, Mr. Blue, I think you might need to go visit Eye Care Southern Oregon. But been a pretty good, well-officiated game today so far. The 2-2 gets Taunton swinging, and that will close out the inning, leaving Martin on base. As we move to the top of the fourth, again, this is Brigham Harris and Jeff Smith here. Happy to be bringing you this game live in HD on TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer, as always, is Joe Brett. And for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass, among many of our other sponsors, are helping us stay in the game. They've also been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run. Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. So a big thank you to them as the rest of our sponsors as well. This ball sent straight to second base, and the out is recorded. A nice bit of infield play there, avoiding a sixth error. So a great job there by starting shortstop, but now second baseman Reagan Bruner. Batting now for the Indians is number 20, Emma Murphy. I believe she has one of those 5 hits already for the Indians. Not quite sure. Wish we had a more in-depth box score we could keep track of, but lots of stuff going on here.
Yeah, I normally try and score the games as we go, but because of all the technical difficulties, and what happened is there was a power outage here in Grants Pass, and our normal internet connection was down, and they didn't realize it was down. They got it back up for us. I want to give a big shout out as there's a hit for Roseburg to Grants Pass High School for getting on it and getting us back on the air. They got their IT guy right to it, and I want to give them a big shout out.
Yeah, great thanks to them. If it wasn't for them, we would not be talking right now. I'd probably be on a drive home, unfortunately. But instead, we're here. Great 85, 86 degree weather. And watching some live high school sports, some we've all missed out on the past little while.
Hey, wait for yours.
Martin now with 1 out and a runner on second. Will deal, but this ball is smashed to center field, straight to the center fielder's glove as the out is recorded. Instead, the cutoff goes to second base, so the runner will advance to third. 2 outs now off of some great infield, outfield play here for the Lady Cavers. So far, the only shutout inning for the home side, and not to jinx, and I really hope I didn't just invite a baseball, softball curse, but from what I'm seeing, it's looking good for the Lady Cavers, although they still have one on to deal with. That ball's fouled back. Pitchers count 0-1 for Martin. Martin had that strong line drive into left center last inning. And she's not only powerful with the bats, I can tell she's definitely bowling some heat here today. That ball way outside.
Yeah, probably Martin's biggest weakness. She will throw a lot of pitches, and if you're patient, you can earn some bases from her, and that's actually how they ended up losing that first game on Saturday, walking in with the bases loaded. Another peculiar thing was we heard the Roseburg fans groan a bit ago because of an intentional walk. There were 3 of them in that game on Saturday. That's the first 3 I've seen all season long. So
Wow.
I'm not sure why they're employing that more with this Grants Pass team.
This ball smashed again to left center field. That's going to find a gap, and another Indian will score. The cutoff ball is made this time to the shortstop, and the Indians will have to settle with an RBI single.
Number 24, Cammie Gibson.
But there it is. You know what, Jeff, if I'm never invited back to a Grants Pass softball game, we know why. Because I was in the middle of saying it, hey, this may be their first shutout inning of the day, and as soon as the phrase entered my brain, I thought to myself, you don't say stuff like that in baseball and softball.
Well, we'll check the YouTube stream to see what the commenters are saying.
This ball nicely backhanded by the shortstop. What a play! My goodness, shortstop number 18 for Grants Pass, Alexa Medley, just absolutely recorded a dime there in the shortstop position, records the final out of the inning, and we will move to the bottom of the 4th. And now that we have everything we need, we have our feet beneath us, we will go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back on Table Rock Sports.
My Circle K, powered by GP Energy, you can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Welcome back to Grants Pass, bottom of the 4th inning here. The Lady Cavers will look to minimize this deficit. Right now it is a 6-2 ball game in favor of the visiting Roseburg Indians.
Hold them, ladies.
It's a bit of a Douglas County versus Josephine County. Orange and black versus white and blue. So the first deal from Gibson is a strike swung on there by Bruner. Painted the corner nicely was the Roseburg catcher. Count moves to 0-2. Gibson ahead of yet again another batter. That ball called inside, much to the dismay of some visiting fans. Count moves to 1-2. Gibson does not seem too phased. That ball called a strike, painting the outside corner yet again. Very nicely was Roseburg catcher, number 10, Nevaeh Williams.
Yeah, that previous pitch, she tried to frame it, didn't get the call. She didn't have to frame it on that one.
No. Always love seeing, though, catchers frame a pitch even when they don't necessarily need to, or...
I've seen them miss calls because they tried to frame when they didn't need to, and it fools the umpire in the wrong direction.
Right. A little bit of a, what do you call it?
A little reverse psychology, maybe?
There you go. My street talk goes out the window as soon as I need to start talking about sports. The rest of my vernacular just goes away. 1-1 count here.
It's Ashley Falk at the plate.
That ball misses outside. Martin falls down in the count, 2-1 to Falk.
Ooh.
Not an easy thing to be umpiring a ball thrown that hard from that close, especially when you've got some Roseburg fans behind you. I believe that is the first walk that Martin has recorded on the day.
Next up, the left fielder, number 4, Alex Hook.
Yeah, years ago I used to attend a lot of men's fast pitch. It was Masters levels, or it used to be called Masters level ASA, which was the top cream of the crop. And I don't know how those umpires could call those pitches. Those guys threw so hard.
This ball chopped away again by number 4 for Grants Pass. We do not have a name on our OSA rosters.
I'll check the...
We're hearing the first name Alex being thrown around. Don't see an Alex, though, on my OSA roster. Ooh, check swing, but apparently that ball was in the zone. And
The right fielder, Atiana Johnson.
fortunately, Alex will take a seat, and this will make way for Atiana Vainuku Johnson, who we spoke about a couple minutes ago. The lone freshman on this team. Takes a big cut. A little frustrated with that one. She takes a look at her third base coach. Gives the swing away call. That pitch at the collarbone. Count moves to 1-1. 2 outs here for Martin with one lady on base. Big swing again from Vainuku Johnson. Count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, Cammie Gibson is dealing today. She's really looked good so far. Despite the 2 runs in that last inning, she's been sharp.
Runner goes, and the throw gets away, but it looks like she will stay put at second base. That advances.
That's Falk out there at
Ashley
second.
Falk, number 11. I really got to get good at memorizing names. That's one of my biggest faults, among many others. 2-2 is the count for Vainuku Johnson. Martin deals that ball, nearly scrapes Vainuku Johnson's shins, pulls away, and now we have a full count. Payoff pitch on the way. Ball in the dirt. Runner will advance to third. Falk taking her time. Wouldn't have been able to score anyways, but
Alexa Medley.
gets there nonetheless, and the second consecutive walk from Cammie Martin. This puts 2 runners on. And now up to bat, number 18, Alexa Medley, who had that fantastic backhand and put out in the last inning. And with 2 outs, she's got a little bit of work to do here. Shows bunt, that ball goes foul. Really hard to get ahead of that. Couldn't tell if it was a foul. I have a really hard time reading softball pitches, but they all look like fastballs to me. But I was saying, hard to get in front of that one and keep a bunt in play when it's coming at you that hard. Ball is dropped. The ball will stay in play, but the throw is over the first baseman's head. This will score at least 1. Vainuku Johnson comes around third. That'll score 2. Alexa Medley will come all the way around trying to score from third, and she will do so. My goodness.
That speed again. Medley can fly.
My goodness. Medley comes all the way around the bases after A line drive to third base.
And all of a sudden, we got a ball game.
My goodness, scoring 3 runs with 1 crack of the bat, what could have been the put out at third. Again, not going to say I could have done any better. That ball was slap hit, and that hot corner, you really only have a few milliseconds to gather yourself.
Yeah, and, you know, the ironic part was Medley hesitated. She thought that ball was going to be caught. She wasn't running down to first like you should be doing. And then when she realized it was dropped, she drew the throw because she hadn't taken off, and that throw is what allowed her to score and the other 2 runs to score as well.
A lot of moving parts. I'd like to think that Medley did that on purpose, but I don't know if that's the case. I think when that ball flew in the air straight to the third baseman, I think everyone thought the inning was over.
Yeah. I think the third baseman thought the inning was over.
Yeah.
Out of it, ladies. Just one more.
Now a 6-5 ball game here in Grants Pass. Things have definitely turned around.
Well, and that's the nature of softball. You see those 5 errors up there for Grants Pass, which really was part of the reason they were down early. But now 3 errors up there for Roseburg, and so you see the score a little closer.
Yep.
It's such a fast-moving game that errors are not uncommon, unfortunately, but it's just the nature of a small diamond like this.
Seems like Cammie Gibson has a bit of a chip on her shoulder, wanting to close this inning out as she moves ahead on the count 0-2 quickly. This ball in the dirt. Ellie Berg will watch this one sail across the turf. Count moves to 1-2. That ball up and away. Count evens at 2-2. That ball is dead after it hits Berg in the knee. So we went from a 5-0 ball game in the middle of the third to now the tying runner at the plate. This ball is slapped and goes foul. Two outs with a 2-2 count. Cammie Gibson having a little trouble closing this one out. That pitch called just outside. Nobody here on this side agreed with that call. Doesn't matter though, the count moves full.
Take it here, Cammie.
Off the foot again, dead ball as Berg stays alive. This should be pitch number 9. Ellie Berg sends the ball right back to Martin, and she is thrown out at first. So a closure finally to one of the more eventful innings of the day so far. Brings us to the top of the 5th, and we'll take another step aside. We'll be back in about 60 seconds here on Table Rock Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Just a few seconds late as a great catch made by the Grants Pass center fielder. A ball was absolutely smashed directly to center field. It was one of those stick your glove where you think the ball's going. I believe she probably had some sun in her eyes, but nonetheless a great catch, and the first out recorded off one pitch from Martin. Martin paints the outside corner with that one. 0-1 is the count. Ball put on the ground. Ball well collected, but the throw is not in time to Totten. That will advance the Indian runner to second with one out. Martin, from what I can tell, is a great pitcher, but a whole lot of balls have been put in play this afternoon, contrary to maybe Cammie Gibson recording more Ks than hits for Grants Pass.
Yeah, Martin will strike out the girls she should be striking out, but she's not going to put up the big strikeout numbers that some of the better power pitchers can put up.
I say that, but I definitely would not want to try my luck in the box as this ball smashed back to center field. Ooh. A great catch made again. That's center fielder number 11, Ashley Falk. Do I ever need to memorize her name?
She had trouble with that one, but she recovered. That sun, I'm sure, was getting in her eyes.
I was going to say, someone get her some Oakleys, but she doesn't seem to need those. She seems to be seeing just fine, although there in the hot corner, third baseman putting up her glove to try to cover some sunlight. The ball called outside. That's Roseburg's number 14 on third base. Again, do not have her name at in the OSA roster. This ball slapped into the right field gap. That'll bring one home. Again, that's number 14. And the 8th hit on the day. And the 7th RBI recorded. By Roseburg, number 9. Again, we apologize. There are a lot of names we're missing on these OSA rosters. That ball inside, but called a strike. Martin ahead on the count early. That ball in the dirt, runner will stay put. Martin is shaking her hand and arm out.
Yeah, she lost her grip on that one, and
did she?
Don't know if it, you get that little tingle when you do that. Maybe she got that little arm tingle when that one came out.
Seems to have her control back as that ball is fouled back. Almost hit my car.
Yeah, that's why I don't park over there anymore.
That's probably that's the pitch that I'm the most invested in so far. It almost cost me. This ball hit into the right field gap again. This will bring number 9 around to third base, and she's going to be waved around to score. That's going to bring in another run and a stand-up triple. For, I'm hearing,
next up, number 20, Emma Murphy.
I believe that's Shyla Mead, number 5 for the Indians, with the 8th RBI for the visitors in the second run of this top of the 5th inning. Up to bat now is number 20, Emma Murphy for the Indians. Watches this ball sail outside. The Cavers have had 2 outs on the board for a little while here, struggling to close this one out. Ball gets away. That'll bring in another run. And that'll clear the bags. The third RBI of this inning. A slap hit. This ball fielded nicely, and the third out is recorded. And it couldn't have come a minute sooner. We'll take another break as we step aside here, and we'll bring you back to this 9-5 ball game again. Whole lot of ebb and flow here in Grants Pass. We'll be back in about 60 seconds.
You're a coach, or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Welcome back to Grants Pass. 9-5 is the score here in favor of the visiting Roseburg Indians. We saw that 5 runs off of just 4 hits for the home side, the Lady Cavers. And behind early in the count is Sophie Woodburn.
Sophie had a walk-off home run a few games back.
Wow.
Doesn't look like a power hitter, but she let one fly. In that game, that was a 2 home run game. Martin had one and Woodburn had one.
And Cammie Gibson dealing, though, making batters look silly. That's just a figure of speech, not really. Said yourself, Woodburn had a walk-off home run the other day. I think saying she does anything silly would be blasphemous, so I'm going to go ahead and take that back. I'm just saying,
no,
Gibson dealing.
The way she's throwing, she's left a few people shaking their heads.
Yep. Yet another K.
Up number 9, the pitcher, Sarah Martin.
That brings up out number 1 for the bottom of this. Oh, excuse me. Yes, the bottom of the 5th. The scoreboard had me a little dazed and confused there.
Yeah, these scoreboards here at Grants Pass, the 0 goes up during the inning, which is off-putting. It's not how most scoreboards work. So every new partner I get has struggled with that, and I struggled with it the first game myself.
Well, being a big baseball fan, you'd think that I would just take a look at who has batting privileges and I would be able to tell. It's kind of silly of me.
The baseball diamond's the same way. It goes right up as the inning starts, which is usually not what you would see at the ballpark.
Yeah. Nine to 5 the score here. Grants Pass so far recording more errors than hits. Definitely not a stack that you want to see on the box score.
No, and very uncharacteristic of this Caver team because Martin puts the ball in play a lot, so she relies on the defense, and they've done a great job this season.
Inside strike calls. That would have been the first 4-pitch walk for Gibson today, but She wags the finger at that one. This ball slapped right to second base, fielded nicely, and the out recorded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The Indians are cruising defensively. Disregarding the 3rd and 4th inning, this visiting side has had an incredibly efficient defense, all backed by right-handed pitcher Cammie Gibson. Records a strike there on Shaylin Totten. That ball outside, count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, the first pitch she got on the outside, and she tried to go right back to that same spot, knowing Totten wouldn't offer at it.
This ball, a base hit, will get to the fence. Looks like Totten will take extra bases. She trots to second. She'll get down for safety measures, and she's in with a double.
Next up, number 5, Reagan Bruner.
Nice ball placement there from Totten as a ground ball made its way all the way to the fence. Not something you see every day. But now Bruner has to get past the motivated Cammie Gibson.
Well, that triple we saw in the last half inning for Roseburg, second baseman Bruner just tipped it off her glove, and that was all it took to get it all the way into the corner. The smaller confines of softball, if you hit a ball hard enough, it will get to the fence.
And I think a majority of the time, this smaller field size actually plays as a disadvantage to the infield. They have less time to react. And a ball low and inside, but called strike. That one right at the stirrups. Gibson ahead of the count now, 1-2. Gibson with another beautiful K. Retires the side, and we will go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll take another break to hear from another one of our sponsors. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first-name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do, and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Olivia Dedman now up to bat for the visiting Indians. Welcome back to Grants Pass here. Table Rock Sports happy to be bringing you this game. The Indians taking on the Lady Cavers.
This is our Lithia Superstore game of the week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. We got a lot of great sponsors that pay for this, and
ball slapped up the middle. Dedman will have a base hit and will provide yet another runner. Yeah, Jeff, you're right. It's our sponsors actually who make this live high school athletic action available for you, the viewer. including, like you said, our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep Dodge Ram. You can visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. That ball handled nicely. The double play could be on here. Throw to first, not in time. But what glove work again from Medley.
Yeah, that switch of second and short has been paying off the last couple innings for
absolutely
for Grants Pass.
Alexa Medley has had, that's either her second or her third amazing backhand play with the sun in her eyes. I like to think of myself as a pretty decent middle infielder. I don't know if I could make that play with a couple $100 on the line. That ball is high. Runner will stay put. Like I was saying, visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride, and a big thank you again to Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, our presenting sponsor. They have 7 locations to serve you. Check swing, but the strike is in. Count moves to 1-1. Sarah Martin on the circle has 1 out and 1 runner to deal with right now. That out courtesy of another amazing play by middle infielder Alexa Medley. That ball goes high. Hitters count 2-1.
You know, I almost wonder if they made that change just because Medley's got the glasses. I noticed Reagan Bruner doesn't have the sunglasses.
Yeah, interesting, actually. That ball spanked to left field down the line. That could score one. She's being held up at third, however, with a stand-up double. Very impressive hitting. Yet another line drive on the day from the Indians. And a pinch runner will come on for that Roseburg batter. Up now is Jasmine Murphy. This ball caught nicely. Double play, unable to be secured. Yet again, amazingly fast hands there from Alexa Medley. I don't think that's the sunglasses. They maybe made the switch because of the glasses, but she has got the hands of a middle infielder. She could be playing hard corner, and she could be playing hot corner with an oven mitt, and I don't think it would make a difference.
Well, and you're right there, and it may be maybe the glasses are part of it. It also could be where the Indians are hitting, and she may be the stronger of the 2 middle infielders, so they shifted her because they're hitting the ball there.
It's true. I'd say a majority of the hits here on Sarah Martin have been to left field, meaning that they're up on her speed. They're able to get around each pitch and pull it to that left field area. Hard to do, though, with Medley there. Count moves to 1-1. The final out will be recorded off of, again, some nice infield play. Off of multiple occasions, we saw a good amount of glove work there from the Lady Cavers, and I'm sure I'd be putting words in your mouth by saying that's more like it.
Well, the first 0 they've hung up today, so.
True, the first shutout inning for the home side. That's got to feel good. Hopefully for them, that puts some Gatorade in the cooler and fuels their bats a little bit. We'll take another quick break while we can here. We'll be right back on Table Rock Sports.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.oregon.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Back here in Grants Pass, beautiful Josephine County. The sun is probably still a couple hours away from setting. We've still got some great softball here for you. That ball slapped into the opposing dugout. This is Ashley Falk, the center fielder, had a couple of gems in the last inning, recorded 2 of the 3 outs early on. That pitch called a strike. Falk just watched it go, and she moves down in the count 0-2. Check swing, but unable to hold up is Falk. Yet another strikeout for Gibson. Ahead in the count yet again is Cammie Gibson.
Strikeout number 14, Brigham.
That is, that's a big number.
We're told she has a 17 strikeout game this year.
And I'm not good at math, but that's a lot of innings on her own. Not to say that she doesn't have a great defense behind her, but that is a little bit to say that at times she doesn't need it.
Well, we saw Oregon Tech sweep Southern Oregon this weekend in a doubleheader, and Southern Oregon's the perfect example of dominant pitching will win you lots of games, but it didn't pay off for them this weekend.
Right. Quick 1-2-3 inning will take us now to the top of the 7th, and we will take likely one of the last few breaks we have left here in this afternoon. Stay right here. Got still a couple half innings of softball left for you.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram Trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
That ball is absolutely gone. We're going to see the tornado of the finger from the umpire here, and all the Roseburg dugout will come around to welcome their teammate home. That makes it a 10-5 ball game in favor of the visitors.
Haley Womble with the crush.
That ball was absolutely nuked, and I wish she maybe would have waited till we got back from commercial, maybe a pitch or two. The first pitch of the inning, and she decides to go yard, and I don't think any of us were ready for it.
No.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I have to admit, there's
ball now hit. That's going to get down into right field. Vainuku Johnson will be there to clean it up, but another base runner for the Indians here.
3 of the 4 home runs I've seen here at Grants Pass, I haven't gotten a good call on, so don't feel bad.
That's a shame.
For various reasons.
That ball in the dirt, runner will stay put.
Yeah, she could have taken a pitch or 2, at least.
Would have been nice. I think we should have told her, we'd be like, hey, I don't know if you're planning on leaving the yard here, but if you are, maybe wait till you have a hitter's count. Instead, she decides to go full aggressive, and
we could have gotten the umpire to hold the game up for the broadcast, but I insulted him between the innings, so he wasn't going to do that for us.
We need a red hat. We need a
we
need a red flagger here to
the guy out there with the timer, like at Autzen.
Yep.
Showing us that the commercial break is still going, and it seems like they take forever.
I've worked that position before. It's not a lot of fun.
Oh, have you?
I have, yeah. Being a red hat is not fun at all because, especially in a baseball diamond, when every fan in there is wondering why are we not playing yet. And
everybody hates you.
And I'm standing there with my flag in the air, like basically, hey, look at me. That ball offline is not going to record the out, but a nice fielded effort from Medley again. Looks like we could have an injury here from an Indian base runner here. That's number 9 for Roseburg again. We apologize, don't have every name on our OSA roster.
That's my husband. He's okay with that, I guess, after 50 plus years, huh? Have a good time. Save him some cheese. Now that's trust.
Looks like she will be all right. That's, again, number 9 for Roseburg, staying in the game despite an awkward slide, awkward play at second base there when Medley was trying to record that force out to close, or not to close out the inning, to record the first of the inning. Martin goes back to work. Shows bunt. The ball was high. Didn't think she held up, but
I thought she offered it that, but the pitch was so bad, maybe the umpire took his eye off of her.
10-5 ball game here. Martin offers the 1-0. This bunt is put down nicely, and no play as the first baseman comes in to collect. Bases loaded here. A fantastic bunt put down by Roseburg number 20, Emma Murphy. And here is Olivia Dedman. If my math is correct, it was Miss Dedman who recorded that home run the first pitch of the inning. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think it was Wombolt.
Ah, Wombolt, you're right. Okay. Dedman may have had a ball that went to the fence, but I remember saying her last name on a play that gave extra bases.
With 10 runs on 13 hits, there's been a lot of plays sticking in our head right now.
Sometimes it's hard to keep track.
Roseburg came out firing, and they really haven't stopped. Only 1-0 on the board for them, and they've just continued to keep the pressure on.
This ball down the third base line. Nice force-out play at home. Double play unable to be finished. That will advance all runners available, but that will record out number 1. Great intelligent infield play there from Grants Pass. Getting that force out at home. It's a bit of damage control now here. As this ball hit into shallow center. That's going to go down for a hit. That'll score at least 1.
Yeah, she had a chance to get that out at second, but she decided to just hold that ball after tracking it down.
Now 14 hits, bringing 11 runs here for the visitor Indians. Only one out recorded, and it's a pitcher versus pitcher here now as Martin faces off against the 14 strikeout Cammie Gibson. That's 14 on the day. I don't want to mislead anyone and make you think that she has a normal stat line of maybe 14 Ks on the year, maybe 14 Ks on the season. That's 14 today. And she's going to slap an RBI into left field. That's going to bring home at least one. That's going to score two. The throw is not in time at home. Play at third base, not in time either. A lot going on there. We will have to do some quick math. Either way, that brings around two runners. Score now 13-5 in favor of the visitors. The fourth RBI racked up this inning.
And it looks like we're going to see a very rare pitching change. In fact, only the second one I've seen out here at Grants Pass, the games I've covered this year.
Really?
And the first for Grants Pass. Ashland made an early pitching change in their game against Grants Pass, and actually the second pitcher out did a pretty nice job in relief, but we haven't seen a lot of relief pitching, which is not unusual. Fast pitch softball at this level. These pitchers will pitch both ends of doubleheaders. They can go and go and go.
Yeah. No, an interesting combo that just made me think of, I was calling a North Medford game, and I was asking the coach pregame, what are maybe some players to keep an eye on? What's some game notes that I should be aware of before we get started? And they said, well, we have a freshman pitcher-catcher duo there in North Medford, and I can't remember the final score, but the ERA was low. I know that for a fact, and not many hits were allowed. Very interesting physical dynamic that it takes to have a good fast-pitch softball pitcher.
When pitching has been, in years past, Grants Pass has always been strong in the pitching department. I had a young lady that I helped coach and umpired for some time in her youth days, and she went to Grants Pass High School as a really one of the more dominant pitchers I had seen at the youth level. Never pitched a single game for Grants Pass. She played infield her whole career.
Oh, wow. Well, and Grants Pass head coach Donnie Bellum decided not to go to his bullpen. He decided to take a player from his starting lineup, and that is Ashley Falk.
Number 2, Jasmine Murphy.
Now, 13 runs may seem like a lot, but actually for this Roseburg team, they are not shy. And that pickoff play at second is going to be beautifully done. That will score a run on the double steal, clearing the bases, but a great pickoff play at second base. Now 2 outs here recorded for the Lady Cavers. And as I was saying, the Roseburg Indians are no stranger to double-digit wins. Their last 3 games were 10-0 wins over Ashland and South Medford. But other than that, they've recorded 6 double-digit wins this season alone. As a base hit there recorded by Jasmine Murphy.
Number 14, the first baseman, Stephanie Blitz.
Stephanie Blix up to bat here for the Indians. That ball in the dirt. Murphy thought about the steal, unable to complete that mentally. I feel like unless you get the jump perfectly, kind of psych yourself out, and the steal is a no-go.
Juan Woodburn just threw out a runner, so that may be in her head too.
That's true. This ball is down to third base, and the third out recorded nicely. Great bit of infield defense. However, the error count is much higher than I'm sure the Lady Cavers would like at this time. We will be back in about 60 seconds to bring you the final inning. Unless Grants Pass is able to score 9, this could be the last one. Again, we'll be right back here on Table Rock Sports.
In RBTD all my life. When we moved to Talent, that's when we purchased our house.
All those memories were in that little spot for 17 years.
Everything in that house, all our firsts, everything gone.
Now more than ever, with so many families being displaced, their kids will still be able to come to school to Phoenix and Talent because they'll be able to use RBTD.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Bottom of the 7th here in Grants Pass. We thank you again for joining us here on Table Rock Sports. Had a little bit of a slow start, both on the game's end but also on our end. Roseburg recorded 2 shutout innings before Grants Pass got on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. Unfortunately, by then, Roseburg was already up 5-0. The score moved to 5-2. Roseburg got one back. And then it looked like we were going to see a lot closer of a game. The score moved to 6-5 at the bottom of the 4th inning. Grants Pass really started to claw back. 3 runs scored in the 5th. As a ball slapped down the third base line, the first out recorded of the bottom of the 7th. And then the game absolutely blown open just this past half inning by Roseburg, scoring 5 runs and recording a handful of their now 16 hits.
Grants Pass had what they wanted here with the top of the order coming up, but Medley again, the defense played really well against the slap hitter and got her out again.
This ball fouled away, 1-1. Now, here's a stat for you. 14 runs, that's a lot in 7 innings. 16 hits, that's a lot in 7 innings. How about 14 strikeouts in 7 innings?
It's pretty impressive.
And we're talking strikeouts defensively. That's by visiting pitcher Cammie Gibson. So far on a tear, and we're told this isn't even her hottest day.
No. In fact, she won't be able to meet that with only 2 outs remaining.
This ball popped up, though.
But, yeah, averaging 2 strikeouts an inning is not too shabby. And she's not done. She's got 2 more outs to record here.
Right. And the past 3 games that Roseburg has played.
That was so pretty.
We can go even farther back than that. The past 6 games that Roseburg has played, they've outscored their opponents. Let's do some quick math here. 55-1. In 6 games, scoring 55-1. Pretty impressive there. This ball is hit foul.
So sounds like Grants Pass ran into a buzzsaw today.
Seems like it, yeah. One out and a payoff pitch on the way. Cammie Gibson will look to record her 15th of the afternoon. But this ball is slapped into right field. Looks like Grants Pass hitter number 1, Ellie Berg, had other ideas. She's got a base hit with 2 outs left in this ball game. Grants Pass maybe trying to make a bit of a, a 9-run run. It's not impossible, but didn't like that call. Number 6, Sophie Woodburn, is a little bit of a hand just comes off the bat, a little bit of dismay. Not a major objection, but that ball again called strike. Woodburn not liking it. The count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, that one just painted the black on the outside.
Yeah.
She went right back to that spot.
Pretty close to the same pitch, but gentleman in blue did not agree. 1-2 is the count for Gibson with 1 out and 1 runner on. This ball fouled back into the parking lot. My car is safe, so we're all right. Count stays 1-2. Woodburn battling a bit here. Swung on a high fastball. Strikeout number 15 for Cammie Gibson. 2 outs, and Roseburg smells blood. That's a bit of a grisly way to put a softball game almost coming to an end. I apologize. Gibson ahead on the count early, 0-1.
I think Indians and cavemen are different Paleolithic eras. Pretty sure.
All I know is I didn't do well in high school history class, so I couldn't tell you. I know there's a Mesozoic era, and the one you just said. Other than that, we watched a lot of movies in history class. And a big cut taken by Sarah Martin. That's going to close out the game. A final of 14-5, led by 16 strikeouts from the, I believe, junior right-handed pitcher. Junior right-hand pitcher Cammie Gibson. Absolutely icing. Not 1, not 2, not 3. I could keep going. Up to 16 batters. An incredible outing for her. As we see Grants Pass fall to the visiting side, the Douglas County pride, the pride of Douglas County, I should say. Here's your box score final on the day. 3 errors recorded off 16 hits. 14 runs for the away team and 5 runs off of, that should be 6 hits, excuse me. And 8 errors recorded for Grants Pass. Jeff, what do you think of that box score there?
It was not what I was expecting to see. I thought these teams would be a little better matched. But as you mentioned, the junior pitcher came out dealing, had a couple of shaky innings in the middle part of the game, but some of that was defense. As you can see, there were 3 errors made. And then she settled back down and just dominated 3 straight innings with zeros on the board. A total of 5 of the 7 innings were zeros for the Indians, and I was not expecting to see that. But it's looking good for Roseburg, as she's only a junior. They've got another season with her in the circle, and they will be a good team again next year.
From what I've heard, she's got some college softball ambitions, and we're excited to follow her journey towards probably more strikeouts in the future, definitely. Speaking of that, we can give you the next games for both teams. The Roseburg Indians will face off on Saturday against North Bend at 2 p.m. Don't believe we will have, I'm not sure if we will have that game, but I am confident that we will have the Grants Pass game also this Saturday at noon at South Medford. I will actually be honored with that call. And we're excited to have that one with you. Again, just a reminder, Joe Brett is the executive producer of all Table Rock Sports games. And today's game was brought to you by many of our amazing sponsors, but in part by Avesta Utilities and our friends from My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. And also a big thank you to all of our viewers. It's really you, the new 100 YouTube subscribers just this spring alone that have kept Table Rock Sports in the game. If you want to continue to support, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button on YouTube, and you will get alerts and notifications when Table Rock is back at it again.
We want to thank Clay Ronceville, the athletic director here at Rogue River, going back to my radio days, here at Grants Pass High School. And I mentioned it earlier, I'll mention it again. Thank you to Holly and Bruce and Clay for getting the technical difficulties taken care of for us so that we could get the rest of this game on the air. We really appreciate their help here out at Grants Pass High School.
Well, what would the COVID era be without a couple of late starts? We figured we'd just fit the bill, and many seasons were delayed. We figured we'd just delay the game for a few innings for fun. No, we do appreciate the help getting us up and running. And again, thank you for joining us for another edition of Table Rock Sports. I'm Brigham Harris along with Jeff Smith saying so long from Grants Pass. We'll see you on Saturday for some more softball action. Take care.